yourself at all times, touch gloves.
And obviously Rios has got the 5-inch reach advantage, and he's got to try.
If you've got a razor-sharp jab and you can keep your distance, then Nick Ball is going to get to you at some stage.
Quickly, and he's quick, actually closing that gap down. So a good thing to do.
It's just in his nature to fight that way, Richie. Maybe he thinks he can put some manners on young Mr. Ball tonight. That would be a mistake in my view. And
a lot of Ball's opponents don't realise, Paul, he's got a terrific jab as well, and he delivers it with a lot of power.
About that from Rios. Little flash.
Go to work, they say, to Rios from his corner round, but Ball is landing all the shots that really count so far.
And he's gap down, using the jab as the measuring tool, and then whips that right hand right on cue, and again whips a couple in, and they're getting through.
I actually have not fought anybody like this. The guys I have fought are world class. Go in the corner by Paul Stevenson, but also quite measured.
So you can see the tactics from Ronny Rios here. He's keeping the guard high, he's keeping the chin injury. You can see what he's trying to do, but it's only going to be a matter of time before Nick Ball.
See how tough Rios is here, and again big shots going in from Nick Ball.
At this stage in his career, can it truly be said to be wise? Landing those shots tonight. He's too square.
Yeah, he is indeed. It worked, and he's really risking it, but that wasn't too bad.
That's a little bit of Rios of 5 years ago, right? Power for a moment.
At his own pace, Rich. He's not rushing his work. Well, not only work at his own pace, but look at the confidence. He keeps switching from orthodox.
Not be a very good idea for very long. Here comes Ball again. Upstairs, and will he go downstairs?
What a gamble that is. Because Rios is tonight, Paul, because he's on the receiving end here. Again, it's a good round.
Ronny Rios for round 3. If Rios wants to persist with this plan and forward in recent fights, it might have been a different story. Work in that second round that they seem to like from their man, Nicky Ball.
Yeah, there's these right hands that
that he will be overwhelmed in the end.
What a terrific start to the round, Paul. And again, these are cracking shots from Ball.
Oh, fantastic. His feet. Bob Williams is looking in his eyes. He's asking the question of the moral. Here it comes again. Ball is irrepressible. Ball seems unstoppable. But who can handle this?
Yeah, incredible again. Sustained attack from Nick Ball. Goes for him again.
The Shusley, Richie.
Yes,
the
he
third
is.
man.
He's actually more vulnerable when he lets his hands go, Ronny Rios. This is a sustained attack.
Taking them on his arms and preparing to launch attack after it.
This is when he's vulnerable, when he actually lets his hands go, Paul. Look at that for
unstoppable torrent. Low from
receiving end.
In terms of defiance.
Ronny Rios, very experienced, remember, but again on the
stationary target. Offering so little coming back. Ball can set himself for attack.
Ronny Rios taking these shots, but Ball, look at the referee how close he is. He's got to throw something.
I would say, last few seconds of this third round, will he see it through? Will Ball finish it here and now? Look at it here, Nick Ball. So there's the shot. It was a lazy jab from Rios, and he gets caught then with a barrage of punches.
But barring that, this has been an electrifying show already, again.
Look at Rios' guard, he's keeping the hands up, he's trying to keep the elbows tucked in, but it's a bad response though from Rios. Oh, gosh, volume of punches, and look at this again, what an attack.
Rios thought long and hard about coming back into this hardest of sport, about a comeback. I wonder what his thoughts are right now. Maybe very, very hard.
Nick Ball to land another clean shot. Lots of opportunities. The openings start to appear. This is where he's got to watch it.
Big shots. Rios backs onto the ropes again, takes 2 or 3 straight right hands.
Yeah, exactly. But how much can he keep taking though, Paul? This is the big question. Again on the receiving.
On the way back out again, didn't he?
And another good crisp jab from Ball. From Nick Ball. What a super shot. Great variation in his work. Going for it, Paul.
To shut himself down like a hedgehog, but he's not a shell, is he? That's the problem. It's easy for Ball.
Again, he can't afford to try and throw shots like that and leave himself open. Rios
may say, listen, I'm on Free time here now,
Yeah.
but punishment, round after round.
Well, he's obviously letting his hands actually goes in 2s and 3s. That's probably when he's more hard camp. He's trained really well for this one. But again, vulnerable and open. I think he's got to stick to single shots and maybe the other.
Extremely effective, but can he fight at the pace out it, Richie?
You see, those are a little bit big glimpses here. But that's mainly because I think But Rios just starting to believe in himself a little bit here. So Ball has just naturally slowed down a little bit. And he's keeping his distance a little bit more now, Ball.
But he's undeterred by that. The great thing is the way it's gone so far, there is no need for Ball to rush into anything, Richie.
Slow down a little bit. He might be just taking a little bit of a breather, understandably, Paul.
A little bit better. Ball trying to make sure he claims the round with that attack right. All work for this.
Yes, most certainly. I thought, give him a bit of confidence. There's a superb jab. Rios has weathered the storm a little bit, but it's still all Nick
to lose, isn't there, for a man like Rios? And this is it. In boxing parlance, we may see him again in a big fight because people will notice A, how brave he has been, B, how he kept it.
Again,
The ring rust falling off Rios as the rounds go by because
that's a nice shot from Rios and a good response.
Level. What a rude reintroduction. Maybe he loves it.
Well, you know, you've got to give him great credit for he weathered the storm, he got through it, and now that's given him a little bit of momentum. He's clawing his way back, or trying to anyway. Leading with the hook there, that was a bad shot.
Injury of some sort. We may hear more about the nose after the fight, but in the heat. He goes over Rios.
It was a good left hook that went in there, wasn't it? But at the same, certainly, Ball definitely caught him with a left hook.
But he's going for it.
Range power puncher. It just leans back and finds that room and space. Bad Nick Ball, and then just punching into that space. That's what he's so good at.
The pressure's building again. But friendless in the world at this moment here in Liverpool.
Nick Ball, I think, senses victory here, Paul. He's just got to steady himself.
He does.
Great shot again.
Every time he's fought for a world title, 3 inside, what, 7 months?
Yeah.
Completely different test.
Trying to respond. How much has he got left? Oh, in that jab, sensibleness into his corner.
Rios years ago would have obliged, but not now. He's in against the kid who's, what, 7 years younger, full of belief that he's going to retain his world title. So says good round again. Wasn't quite at the level of the third in terms of the destruction, Richie, but it was a shirt. His shirt front is absolutely covered in blood, and at ringside there is blood all over the of what's been a fairly devastating performance all round so far.
Yes,
can Rios keep on responding? Ball
Runs out of gas, and we know he doesn't do that. He can maintain this sort, and he can produce these fast, hard, crisp shots late on in a contest.
Balls inside the distance wins have come very late indeed. Fears, I think, dispelled already at this stage that because it's Liverpool.
But again, keep switching orthodox to southpaw. Oh, a lovely shot again from Nick Ball.
Would just throw too much petrol on the fire too soon. I don't think he fell for that, do you? But he knew better than staying on the ropes a couple of moments ago. He's back into the centre of the ring, the ante. How many times can you keep on producing the big shots?
Like we've said, at this stage, doesn't seem to be any sign that Nick Ball is...
This night, he can get lucky. And he's right to think it's still a finish line just over the hill and stun this arena here in Liverpool. A very, very good performance against a young champion right on top of his game.
This is his, what, third shot at a world title? Is it third time lucky? It doesn't appear to be, because Nick's been under the cosh in a lot of these rounds, but he's come through here. But there's still a few rounds left, and I think
boxing and a very measured and considered developer of young boxers, but
that would be the sensible approach, wouldn't it? But and he's just slowed down a little bit here, hasn't it?
Aggressive, which they are. He wants them to dominate, which they do, but doesn't.
There's no more head movement, so he just slowed down naturally. And as I say that, Paul, then look at this.
So apparent early on, and why not? He's been out of this level for gone along. Muscle memory comes into it. He's been through this before. just make sure we win it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also conscious, Stevenson. Because at World Championship level, Paul, against a tough guy like this, you've got to concentrate.
Rios beaten by Ray Vargas on point. Many believed he'd done enough twice, didn't he?
Yeah,
didn't get the decision.
Didn't get it, did he? But I thought
but that's the late at all against Ray Ford. So ball does not time round.
Again, I think Nick Ball, he's such a deceiving boxer, Nick Ball, because
it's perfect boxing, that is. He's boxing at long range with the jab to set up the power shots that follow. Excellent.
he sensed victory, puts threes and fours together. Nick Ball going for it. Out the the towel's in. The towel's in.
It's all over. And Nicky Ball has retained his world. Great defence by a Liverpool boxer in Liverpool. And that's worth more than money.
By way of technical knockout, still Nick the Ricky